Okay. What is your full name for the record?
Zoe Baruch Cruiser.
Okay. And that's your birth name. You haven't had any like name changes or anything like that.
No, it's always been my name.
Okay. Um, so we're going to be talking about our family and heritage. I guess first of all, how are we related?
Okay.
Um, so you are my younger sister, and we've known each other since you were born,
Right.
obviously. Um, we share a dad, but we have different moms. Do you want to talk about our dad? Do you know when and where your father was born?
Um, he was born in 1965. He grew up in San Diego, but he was born in San Francisco, California.
Okay. So he was born in America.
Yes.
Okay. Um, has he told you any like family stories or stories from his childhood that you want to share?
He grew up in a big house in San Diego, California, with his two brothers and his parents. I don't know much other than that they had a lot of animals growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they had a pretty standard childhood, I would say.
Okay. What about your mom, my stepmom? Do you know when and where she was born?
She was born in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia in 1968, I believe. She was raised there until she was 18, about my age, and then she came to the US for college.
Okay. Do you know why your mom came to America?
The specific reason I don't, but I know that there were just a lot more educational opportunities here,
Yeah,
more so than in Ethiopia.
that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why they chose to settle in Minnesota?
Well, I think she had applied to like various different colleges from Ethiopia
Hmm.
that were she applied for them in the US, and she kind of just looked through all of her options and decided on Gustavus Adolphus, which is in St. Peter, Minnesota, and then she found employment after college, and then this is where she stayed.
Yeah. Okay. Um, were you raised by both your mom and dad, or?
We I grew up in the same house for most of my childhood with both my parents, but I would say that my mom did more of the raising.
Yeah. Um, how many kids are in your family?
There's three of us, including you and myself. I'm the middle child, and I have an older brother and a younger brother.
Okay. Um, has your relationship with your siblings changed over the years, or has it remained mostly the same?
Um, um, I wouldn't say that my relationship with my siblings has changed. It's been steady. I mean, we've always been close. We grew up that very close to each other, and I would say that we maintained that relationship.
Hmm. Um, have your parents taught you anything that's helped you succeed in life?
Um, yeah, she's taught me. My mom has taught me a lot of things growing up, but I'd say the biggest lesson that resonates with me day to day is to just love everyone that I meet and spread that love unconditionally as Jesus would.
Okay. Um, the next topic that we're going to talk about is like family life. The first question being, what was it like growing up in your family?
Um, it it was good. I remember growing up with a lot of love from my mom. Like there was nothing that she wouldn't do to provide for me and to give me the absolute best that she could. Like I said, I was always close with my siblings, so I just was surrounded by love and support.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. There's a very large family
Yeah.
involved. Was there somebody who provided the main income in the family, or was it kind of a group
Yeah.
thing?
I would say it was equivalent. With my mom and dad, I mean, they both had relatively similar jobs. They're both psychologists, so they kind of worked in the same field and provided equally.
Yeah. Um, was there more than one language spoken in your house, or?
Yeah, growing up, my mom, well, she still speaks Amharic, which is her first language because she grew up in Ethiopia. My siblings and I aren't fluent in Amharic because we mainly spoke English at home, but we do understand some words,
Hmm,
and that's Amharic is still a big part of our culture.
for sure, yeah. The next question I wanted to ask about was, what did you do for like entertainment when growing up?
Well, my siblings and I always made the most of what we had. Like we would just get creative with activities that we would do. Like we would play outside a lot and play with the neighborhood kids. Um, we
Hmm,
were we had like limited TV access, so
yeah.
because of that, we had to make the most of our situation. Yeah, we had fun outside like normal kids.
Hmm. Did anybody outside of our immediate family live with us while we were growing up?
Yeah, I remember like my mom's mom, my grandma, living with us up until I was 5, just to help take care of the kids. And other than that, my mom was always welcoming in that way. She would always invite people who needed a place to stay with us. So I remember like even if it was for short periods of time, we would have like friends, like her friends living with us, just whoever was in need.
Yeah, for sure. The next kind of family topic is religion. What kind of religion do you think your parents were part of growing up?
Well, I grew up in a Christian household. We went to church pretty much every Sunday, and we would pray before every meal and before bed and stuff like that.
Hmm.
My parents were both Christians. As far as I knew, I mean, until it wasn't until later in life that I can realize my parents didn't have the same religious views. But
Hmm. Okay. Um, does what kind of role does that play in your life now? Are you still religious, or?
yeah, I mean that it plays a huge role in my life because I kind of guide my life through um, my faith, and I don't think I would know the Lord right now if I hadn't grown up with all of the knowledge and like that intimacy that I did.
Mhm. Okay. What is kind of like your drive? What makes your life worth living?
It's kind of a heavy question. I would say children make my life worth living. I mean, I'm an infant teacher, so at least I used to be around babies a lot. So as I would go to see babies every day, that's kind of just what kept me going. And I strongly believe that children are the light of this world. Um, I mean, it makes me happy to be there for kids and to be around them, and yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Kind of as we're coming to an end of the conversation, um, where are you in life right now? What are your future plans?
Yeah, I'm currently in my first year of college at St. Kate's. I'm still undecided on my major. I initially wanted to go into medical school and pursue the pre med track, but as I've gone through some classes and talked to different people and learned new things, I'm kind of starting to think that that's not what's for me, and that maybe
Hmm.
there's something else that I'm meant to do. I mean, I know for sure that I want it to be with children, but I don't exactly know the profession.
Okay.
But I'm hopeful of what life brings me.
Yeah. Well, thank you for participating in this. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.